No, I did not use Citadel paints to color this guy. Here's what I used: cheap, generic acrylic paints. Hey guys, welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm kind of excited and nervous at the same time, but yeah, something I've always wanted to do for quite a while now, but I just didn't have the courage to give it that push. But I would like to say a big thanks to the online Warhammer community on Discord and Facebook for giving me that necessary push. So yeah, thank you guys. So before I show you guys how I got to color a miniature with basically $4 acrylic paints and somehow made it work, here's a quick backstory of how that happened. My name is Dean. I'm a digital comic artist, an actor, and a massive nerd. I love everything from Star Wars to DC, Marvel comics, and their movies. And I also love video games. I've played a ton of video games since I was like old enough to hold a joystick. Then a friend of mine introduced me to the massive world that is the Warhammer 40k verse, and I was mind blown. I started to consume every bit of lore videos online that I could find, and it was a rabbit hole from there for me. Then I got to reading a bunch of the books like Dead Men Walking, which is my favorite because it features the Krieg. Who doesn't like the Krieg, right? Also Hell's Reach, Legion, which was set before the Horus Heresy, which was way back before 40k. Then I got into For the Emperor, and then Hell's Reach, also one of my favorites, Grimaldos. And no, it didn't stop there. I also got into playing the video games. I've played Dawn of War 1, haven't played 2 yet. I don't think I'll be going near 3. I also played Space Marine 1 and 2. Space Marine 2 being my favorite. It's just fun to play with other players. The PvE is so much fun. So much fun. And this is where the rabbit hole even goes deeper. I then decided I wanted to go into miniature painting. So I started to watch a ton of tutorial videos on how to paint miniatures, kind of paints to use, where to get miniatures, all the fun and interesting stuff. But then I got to realize miniature painting is not cheap. It's pretty expensive. You know, a miniature could go from about $50 to about $100 pretty quick. And not just the miniatures, the paints and the hobby tools as well. Pretty expensive. Unfortunately, here in Nigeria, we don't have official GW stores where I could just easily walk in and get to buy all these things. They would have to be shipped from abroad, and then when you consider the shipping costs, that's expensive as well. So I would be spending a ton of money at the end of the day. So I decided to get a bunch of my hobby tools, the miniature, and my paint, my acrylic paints from Temu, which cost me about roughly $60, and that's everything. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still going to get GW miniatures when I can afford them, especially their Black Templars. But for now, I think I can manage the 3D printed variants. So if you're on a tight budget or you just don't want to spend a ton of money on miniature painting, I am going to make a separate video on where I got my hobby tools, my miniature, and how much they all cost. So please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. You could also leave a comment on how you go about painting your miniatures in a very affordable and budget friendly way. Now, if you've watched the video to this point, here's how this little guy went from this to this, just using this generic pack of acrylic paint. Enjoy. So there you have it, guys. Personally, I don't think you need very expensive paints to get good results. In my next video, I'm going to talk about all the tools I use to paint this, how much they cost, and where to get them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you and happy painting.